Hi, so this video is going to be kind of a versus video on two liquid eyeliners that when I was going through my collection, I saw that they were very similar, so I wanted to test them out to see if one was better than the other. And I'm wearing both on my eyes right now, one on one eye and one on the other, and I'm not going to tell you which, so if you want to keep watching, then you'll figure out which one I have on my eye. But this is the NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner in Extra Black, and then the Jordana ever so talked about Fabuliner in black. So yeah, if you want to see a comparison of these two eyeliners, then keep watching. So as I said in the intro, this video is going to be about comparing two products that when I was going through my collection, I saw that these were extremely similar, and so I figured why not make a video about testing them out. So it's kind of like a versus thing to see which one is better. So the first one is the NYC, or New York color, High Definition Liquid Eyeliner in number 889 Extra Black. All it says is that it lasts up to 10 hours, high precision, felt tip, fine pen applicator, and it's easy to apply. And then the other one is the Jordana Fabuliner that ever so talked about one, liquid eyeliner in number 1 black. Oh, it says store product horizontally for extended product usage. I already knew that, but I think it's cool that they include it on the package, a way to prolong your liquid eyeliner. So if you didn't know that information, then I'm passing it along. First and foremost, when it goes to comparing them, I wanted to show you the most obvious thing, which is the packaging. The Jordana Fabuliner is on top, and on bottom is the NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner. And that's what caught my eye the most, is the fact that the packaging looks almost identical. As far as the shape goes, the color, the only thing that's really different is obviously the name. And as far as packaging goes, and the fact that the Jordana, the writing is gold, and for the NYC one, the writing is silver. And then when you take the tops off, even the applicators look very, very similar. Now I loaded up the New York Color website and the Jordana website, and I'm going to read off the claims that both of these have. Considering they don't have the claims written on the packaging itself, I figured might as well pull up the actual website of the brand and say what the description says it is. So for the NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner, I'm on the website now. It says it's the ultimate mistake-proof application. With NYC's High Definition Liquid Liner, you can forget those messy traditional liquid formulas that require a steady hand. The chic liquid pen delivers smooth, fast-drying results, whether you want a super thin modern line or thick, full-blown retro cat eye flick. And the formula is smudge-proof and long-lasting up to 10 hours. I'm assuming they're saying it's recommendable for beginners. Normally, I think that when you want to get into liquid eyeliners, the best way to go is a pen, because it is kind of easier to be able to draw out that line rather than fiddling with a brush. Suitable for contact lens wearers, and then ophthalmology tested. And the price on the New York Color website is $3.99. And it has an asterisk next to it, I'm assuming because the prices may vary depending on where you buy it from. I bought this from Rite Aid a few months ago, actually. So this isn't the first time I've used either of these by any means. I just wanted to put that out there. This is not first impressions. This is just me comparing them both because I use them both, and I do like them both. Also, I wanted to mention that on the New York Color website, it says there were 2 color options for the NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner. It says that there was Extra Black, which is what I have, the shade that I have, and then there's Soft Black. But now moving on to Jordana Cosmetics, I have their website pulled up, and it says the In Color Fabuliner Liquid Eyeliner. Felt tip precision, no skipping or dragging, is convenient and easy to use, and dramatic eye definition, made in the USA. So it has no claims of lasting up to 10 hours like the NYC one does, and there's 2 color selections, black and brown. I have black. Oh, on the Jordana Cosmetics website it says $2.99. However, I thought this was $1.99 when I went to my Walgreens. Okay, well then that means even more so. This is $2.99 and this is $3.99, so that's even less of a price difference between the two. But I am very interested in the no skipping or dragging part, because a lot of the times when I've used very firm felt tip eyeliners, it is kind of hard to not skip or drag because it is very firm and it doesn't kind of like it isn't flimsy enough for you to just move with the way of your finger or the way of your hand. So I'm going to definitely test that out and we will see. I'm going to be applying one on one eye, using the other one on the other eye. They're both black, so I don't imagine there would be too much of a difference, but I'm actually going to do a hand swatch real quick just to test everything. So this is the NYC liquid eyeliner. That went on my hand very streaky, so I'm going to go ahead and do another line. Here is the NYC liquid eyeliner, and here is the Jordana Fabuliner. So enough talking about it, and I'm going to get straight into applying the Jordana Fabuliner on this eye. So I am done applying the Jordana Fabuliner to this eye, and again, this is not my first time that I've applied it onto my eye, but just what I noticed in putting it this time, and what I've noticed any other time that I've put it on my eye, is that it does drag still a little bit. It says no skipping or dragging, but the only time that I don't have a problem with skipping or dragging with these kinds of liner pens is if I hold my skin completely taut, and a lot of the time I don't like to do that. When I use my L'Oreal Liner Intense liquid eyeliner, I don't have to hold my eye or my skin taut for it to be able to not skip or drag, but I notice that every time I use a firm felt tip liner pen, I always have to, or else I get a little bit of rigid lining. You may be able to tell right in there. I do still think this is a good product, but as far as no skipping or dragging, I would just say if you do it with holding your skin taut, but for me, I don't like doing that, so when I don't hold my skin taut, I still have that skipping or dragging problem. Other than that, I think it did a phenomenal job. I see no gaps in between my lashes. I like everything to be pitch black. Also, on top of that, it did create a pretty nice point. It is kind of like a chubby wing. Because it's not like a super thin felt tip, you won't, like the Kat Von D tattoo liner, you won't get like a super precise point unless you like put it on its very edge to be able to do it, but that doesn't bother me anyway, and if you're skilled with it and you know how to do it, you can probably stamp your way to getting a really thin point, but that doesn't bother me that much. I still think it's a really nice cat eye. Okay, so now I'm going to try and recreate the same type of wing on the other side using the NYC liquid liner. Okay, so this wing didn't quite match up to this wing, but your wings are never going to be exactly the same, like mirrored copy of each other. So normally to fix that, I like to take a pointed Q-tip and some liquid eye makeup remover, and I just like to wipe up the ends, and normally that takes care of it fine, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. First initial reaction, just as the hand swatch, looking at my eyes side by side and seeing that they're supposed to be different eyeliners, I really don't see quite a difference. Maybe it's just an optical illusion, but the Jordana Fabuliner does seem to be just a smidgen blacker. I mean, obviously, I want you to leave your comments down below. I want you to tell me, you know, does it look like they're identical? Because when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, they look pretty the same, and I actually quite like them both. Seeing as I've owned both of these liquid liners for quite some time now, I do already have some thoughts made up on them. For example, I have not worn the NYC liner up to 10 hours to tell you if it does last up to 10 hours, but I will say that the same thing kind of happens with both of these. Although the Jordana Fabuliner does not have any claims of lasting for a certain amount of time, they both act the same way when they come in contact with water or when you rub your eyes and that kind of thing. I do not suggest to wear these when you are going to a pool. By no means. Both of them, or I'm sorry, neither of them I should say, claim that they are waterproof. So I wouldn't recommend to wear these in the pool, or if you're going to be sweating a lot or something like that. I just wouldn't, because I don't think these react very well. But like I said, they react very similar. What they do is, instead of puddling and running down the side of your face, like you won't see a black streak running down the side of your face. Again, everybody's eyes are different, everybody's face is different, so makeup products that work for you may not work for me. So this is just my personal experience that I'm sharing with you. Both times that I've worn these and I've been sweating or going to an amusement park and wearing these, I don't notice them falling down the side of my face or anything like that, but what I do notice is that they fade. So it's like when the sweat comes in contact with the eyeliner, it doesn't puddle or drip, which I actually really appreciate, because it's very noticeable if a liquid liner creates a black streak down your face, especially if you're very fair skinned. It's not attractive, it's not appealing, but it's less noticeable for an eyeliner to fade. It's still not attractive, and obviously you'd want something that's going to stay put no matter what, but at the same time, I really appreciate that the formula of these fade, and by that I mean it starts to like dissipate, if that makes sense, when it comes in contact, or when you're rubbing your eyes or something like that. You'll see it smudge a little bit. Although the NYC one does claim to be smudge proof, if you're vigorously rubbing your hand, and I'm about to show you the hand swatch now that they've had a chance to set on my hand, they do rub off. Also, these are not hard to get off with waterproof makeup remover. If you can't remember, this one is the NYC and this is the Jordana, and I take my finger and right now I'm just lightly rubbing against my skin, and neither of them is really moving. Neither of them. I'm not even seeing any transfer on my finger. Okay, and now I'm going to vigorously rub, and you will start to see some graying and some of them rubbing, and surprisingly enough, the NYC one is the one that fades the most. Which that was the one that says it was smudge proof. So I'm going ahead and I'm rubbing, and the Jordana one is kind of staying put actually. It has faded a little bit. You can see a little bit more of that streakiness coming through, and it's starting to get a little bit more gray. But the obvious fading is with the NYC one. But by no means does that take away what a great makeup product that this is. All in all, I kind of already had my mind made up before I filmed this video. I just wanted to test them side by side to see if my assumptions was true, and it pretty much is. I figured that these would be very similar or dupable products for each other, so if you can't get your hands on one or the other, then go for the other one that you can't find. I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you expected me to say, oh, I like the Jordana more, or oh, I like the NYC one more. I don't really like either one less or more than the other one. I see them as very similar products, and as you can see just from wearing on my eyelids, and as you can see from me rubbing, yes, the NYC one, being that it's $1 more expensive and that it did smudge and everything, that's why everybody raves about the Jordana Fabuliner, but that doesn't take away from the NYC one in my opinion. So again, if you are someone that's looking for the Jordana Fabuliner and you can't find the Jordana Fabuliner, I highly suggest you find the NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner in Extra Black, because it is very similar. It's only $1 more expensive, and I just think that they're both kind of like the same product essentially. From the packaging all the way to the product itself, they are very similar, and I like them both. So I really appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully stick around for more videos to come. Bye!